Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This week we're doing this amazing Leopard V-split tumbler tutorial. Most of the items I use in this tutorial will be listed in the description box down below. Let's get started. All right, y'all, so I got inspiration for this design from Myra Makes It. I will have her YouTube linked in the description box down below. She did this amazing like snakeskin V-split, and you guys already know that I am terrible at actual printed vinyl, but I can do water slide. So I wanted to recreate this using just water slide to give you guys the option of the water slide or the vinyl. So make sure that you go check out Myra's tutorial. I'll have that listed down below too in case you guys want to check that out. Basically, this tutorial, the first part of this tutorial is just like the snakeskin wrap that we did a few weeks ago. So I'll also have that linked down below in case you missed it. I did walk you guys through how I printed my water slide out using Silhouette and what size I needed for this specific tumbler. Now this tumbler that I'm using in this tutorial is the prepped 32-ounce plump from the Still Magnolia. I actually just started applying water slides onto the pre-prepped cups, and I have to tell you guys, it is a game changer. It is so much easier laying water slide on these pre-prepped cups than it is on an actual spray painted base. It went on very, very smooth and with no hassle. So once I had this first piece of water slide on here, I did go ahead and trim the top off. If you are not comfortable doing this right now, then you can go ahead and do that before you apply your second piece of water slide. Now I did allow the first piece to dry for an hour before I moved into this second piece of water slide. You want to make sure that it's good and dry for an hour, because once you apply this second piece, you are going to be putting a little bit of water on that first piece, and you really want to make sure that that water is not going to cause that water slide to move whatsoever, which really helps when you're applying this second piece. So of course, once you apply this second piece here, you will continue on pushing the air bubbles out and all of the water from underneath it. I use a wet coffee filter 90% of this process until I feel like my water slide is completely good and dry underneath it. Then I'll take a dry coffee filter and I will run the coffee filter over the top of it to get any of the water that's sitting on top of it and the sides, and of course the bottom and the top edges. Okay, so once I had placed my second piece of water slide, I did add 2 coats of Counterculture DIY Ultra Clear Fast Set before moving into this step. I also let it sit overnight just to make sure that my painter's tape was not going to pull my epoxy up from those layers. So I originally cut out a V in vinyl and I was going to use that. And then once I actually cut that V out, I was like, I'm just going to use this piece that came from that. So you guys work smarter and not harder like I did. I completely did not even think about just cutting the triangle out, which is something that I usually do. I guess I was having like an off day for this. But basically I put that there and put my painter's tape there. I'm using 1-inch painter's tape here. That is how wide I wanted my V to go. And then of course I taped on the inside and the outside of that before removing the middle piece. Now of course, once I did remove the middle piece, I did take some saran wrap and I saran wrapped the top and the bottom so that I could spray paint it black. And then once I allowed that spray paint to completely dry, I did tape off the very bottom rim, just kind of around the edges, and I used electrical tape for that. and saran wrapped the entire cup and spray painted the very bottom black as well. Once that spray paint was fully dry, I applied one coat of Fast Set and then went ahead and cut my decals out. Now I am using this textured gold from Tech Wrap. I got it on Amazon. I'll be sure to link that in the description box down below in case you would like to pick up some of this. This textured gold vinyl is kind of addicting. I literally went through the entire roll in one weekend. I wanted to put this stuff on everything. So I cut my strips 11.5 wide by 0.080 in length. That is literally my favorite size. It is not too thick and it's not too thin. I find that it's like the perfect medium in between the two. So of course, because this is textured vinyl, I did allow this to overlap. And you really could not tell that I had let the vinyl overlap because it's already textured anyway. So for my actual decal, I did print out some printable vinyl also because I wanted the pattern to match, but once I got it on there, I actually did not like it, so I ended up taking it off. So we're just going to use this offset that I created here. I'm using the textured gold for the offset portion, and for the vinyl I'm using just black Cricut removable vinyl because that's what I had on hand. So I am just gonna line it up. I just eyeball it, you guys. I don't measure, I don't do anything like that. And you're about to totally find out why. I tried to measure this decal on the tumbler and it did not work out for me. I think the lightning bolt was throwing me off, so I just kind of placed it where I felt it looked good and just kind of went with it. Now this particular decal I did create myself. It is not up on my website just yet, but I will list an Etsy shop down below that has some similar ones to this, and I buy from her all the time. She's absolutely amazing. So I'll leave her information so that you guys can go and support her as well. Once I was done placing these decals, I did go in with a coat of Counterculture DIY's Fast Set, and then I finished it with one coat of Artist Resin, and she was completely done. I am completely happy with how this tumbler came out. If you guys decide to try this water slide wrap V-split, please tag me on social media. I would love to see your amazing creations. A huge shout out to my KSX Patreon members. Thank you so much for your pledge. Your support means the absolute world to me. If you like this tutorial, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you missed our last tutorial, you can check it out right here. Find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.